I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do a roll call, please. We have Supervisor Grady is excused this evening. We will move on to citizen comments. Are there any citizen comments? Citizen comments? Any citizen comments? Seeing none, citizen comments are closed. Just want to remind people that the gala is on November 2nd. If anyone wants to attend, they should stop up and see me. Next week are the budget hearings, Monday through Thursday. Dinner is at 5 and the meetings begin right at 6 o'clock. I expect to see as many of you here as possible. We'll move on to supervisor reports. Supervisor Hallman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to give my report from the Wisconsin Counties Association. There are two particular workshops that I attended that I want to speak on. The first one is on the future of agriculture in the state of Wisconsin. I realize representing an urban district, this sounds perhaps a little unusual of an interest, but full disclosure, growing up, I grew on suburban development that had agriculture right behind the house. So every morning I could see the sun come up over the corn. And as a kid, I played in an apple orchard and was raised watching Julia Child and Paul Prudhomme, so I have an appreciation for food. But I also want to say before I go into this, my district is without a grocery store within 2 to 3 miles that is a full-service grocery store, and many people walk. And I believe that fresh food does not have to be expensive. It doesn't have to break your bank to do it. Also, if you look at our county seal, we have a tractor on it, so I also believe in policy that honors and respects heritage. So it is in light of that that I chose that particular workshop to go to. Having said that, one of the things that I learned from the Secretary of Agriculture, no less, who actually presented it, there are 69,000 farms across the state. Those farms contribute $88.3 billion to the Wisconsin economy. Dairy is half of that number. We export $3.4 billion worth of farm goods and products to 150s across the world. One of the reasons why we are such a desired state for ag is because of our land and our water. Our weather apparently is good for agriculture. The ability of our soil to do diversification of crops. For those of you that don't know, the Kenosha County Comprehensive Plan has 72% of Kenosha County land listed as prime farmland, which are Class 1 and Class 2 soils. If you include Class 3, which has a few more limitations, those are considered farmlands of statewide significance. Kenosha County is covered in 16% of those. Also, one of the reasons why agriculture enjoys our state is easy access to markets and university research. We are the leading producers of the following, not necessarily number 1, but 2, 3, or 4 in the nation: cheese, ginseng, goats, cabbage, dry wheat, corn, and cranberries. One interesting thing to note is that there is a growing interest in producing hemp, particularly in Fond du Lac, Green Lake, and Waupun counties. During World War II, Wisconsin was the largest producer of hemp. There are 31 states that are now growing hemp as a crop since the classification was changed by the federal government in 2014. Farmers net an average of anywhere from $600 to $800 an acre from hemp. Hemp can be turned into anything from clothes to door panels to concrete to CBD oil to seed cake. The other workshop that I attended, Madam Chair, was a workshop on placemaking. I don't know if members will recall, but a few meetings ago I mentioned that the National Association of Counties, the Arts and Culture Commission, had received a $100,000 Our Town grant specifically for the arts in terms of placemaking, and that it was specifically designed for medium and rural counties. So counties with a population of 250,000 or less, which we are. It falls beautifully right into our lap in that fashion. So there's a group of people that has been working on how to utilize the arts to reduce violence among young people. Some of those same persons are now also exploring the possibility of utilizing the arts for placemaking in terms of applying for this grant. What is placemaking? Placemaking is essentially meeting with your residents, meeting with your business community, talking about what their needs are, talking about what their future expectations and visions are, and finding a way to capitalize off of your strengths to essentially make your residence, the place that you live, a destination that people want to be. In terms of doing that, of course, it's important to make sure that you are as inclusive as possible, considering the entire range of everyone who lives in the United States is a potential candidate who's going to want to live and reside in your county. So I'm excited to see where this work goes. I'm excited to see better, particularly from my interest, just so you all are aware, how it is that we can utilize the Anderson Arts Center, what connections it is that we might have on the West End, certainly to strengthen those connections and do something positive for our young people, which I know, Madam Chair, is very much a passion of yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Hallman. Supervisor Overman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. We, a week ago, on Monday, held our facilities budget hearings. Facilities encompasses golf, highways, buildings, and there's 4 other minor budgets, dog park, that type of thing, that are budget friendly because they can't spend money like the dog park has a $20,000 budget, and that's all they can spend if they have it in there from their fees and things. But at our hearings and our deliberations, we approved the planning and development, the highways, parks, golf facilities, and those other 4 without a change to the budget or without a motion for a change and without a no vote. I like to keep everything separate. I moved the highways separate, the golf separate, the facilities separate, and not a change, not a no vote. It was sent to the Finance Committee for next week, as is. The Friends of the Library have a walk-run this weekend. Friends of the Library try to raise money to help the library budget along. So the library, Kenosha Public Library, and our county libraries can do things for people without the taxpayer and without the burden. So they've got a walk-run at the Katy Park. It's supposed to be a beautiful day Saturday. It is about 3 miles around the lake and up and around. You can walk or run it. And I think for children, they're asking $5, for adults, $15. Think of it as a beautiful walk, 70-degree weather, and it's from 10 to 12. So I would, anybody that hadn't been out there, I would say that'd be a great day to be out there. The colors are really popping now. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Overman. Supervisor Boyd Frederick, you have the floor.
Thank you. Legislative Committee this evening, we approved a resolution 5-2 to join in with a lawsuit when it comes to the opioid epidemic with the Wisconsin Counties Association along with other counties. All this right now that we approved is the letter, which will allow us to do that. This will not be brought up before the county board until after the budget's passed, so I think the second meeting in November will take this up. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Frederick. Seeing no other lights, we'll move on.
Ordinance 19 from the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, an ordinance regarding Town of Brighton sponsor requesting rezonings from A1 Agricultural Preservation District, A2 General Agricultural District, C2 Upland Resource Conservancy District, and C1 Lowland Resource Conservancy District to R1 Rural Residential District, R2 Suburban Single Family Residence District, C2 Upland Resource Conservancy District, and C1 Lowland Resource Conservancy District on multiple parcels located in the town of Brighton. Decker, yes. Poole, yes. Galitsky, excused. Gilmore, yes. Bostrom, yes.
Supervisor Decker, you have the floor.
Move ordinance 19.
I have a first by Supervisor Decker and a second by Supervisor Poole. Supervisor Decker.
Thank you. These properties are located south of 41st Street, approximately 1/2 mile east of the intersection of 308th Avenue and north of 52nd Street, approximately 1/2 mile east of the intersection with 308th Avenue, also known as Troy Glen Estates. The rezoning would correct the zoning to reflect actual land use conditions. The Town of Brighton recommended approval of the request.
Thank you, Supervisor Decker. Seeing no lights, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Resolution 49 from Judiciary and Law and Finance and Administration Committees, a resolution regarding Wistat Bureau of Transportation Safety Bots Alcohol Enforcement Grant 2017-2018. Judiciary, Blau, yes. Boyd Frederick, yes. Retzloff, yes. Skalitzky, yes. Wamble, yes. Finance Admin, Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. Kubicki, excused. Retzloff, yes. Esposito, yes. Dodge, yes. Gens, yes.
Supervisor Blau, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Resolution 49.
I have a first by Supervisor Blau and a second by Supervisor Rose. Supervisor Blau.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Kenosha County is partnering with the Racine County Sheriff's Department, who is the grantee and administrator of this Wisconsin DOT Bureau of Transportation Safety Alcohol Impaired Drivers Enforcement Grant. The grant funds are used to reimburse deputy sheriff overtime and benefit costs for the extra patrols scheduled. Deputies are expected to work an approximate total of 158 overtime hours from November 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018. The Kenosha County Sheriff's Department expects the share of the partnered award for KSD will be up to $9,303 for the period.
Thank you, Supervisor Blau. Seeing no lights, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Communications from Andy M. Bueller regarding future items scheduled before the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee.
Receive and file.
Claims, Ashley Rachel Tisch, vehicle damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
Approval of the October 3rd, 2017 minutes by Supervisor Gilmore.
Supervisor Gilmore, you have the floor.
Motion to approve the October 3rd minutes.
I have a first by Supervisor Gilmore and a second by Supervisor Berg. Supervisor Gilmore, anything else? No? All those in favor of approval, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. I have a motion by Supervisor Kubicki to adjourn and a second by Supervisor Gable. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Do not forget about the budget hearings next week. Remember that that is the time to be asking questions, not when you come to the board floor. Thank you.